lot of uphill.
But a banana is a banana. You can't build it in a lab. See the clouds? I can reach out and touch the clouds. No traffic or whatsoever. Just me in the road. That's Sweden. The north. Partly gravel roads. Here comes the savior! It's my support on this ride. Go.
Here he comes! Woo! High five!
Oh.
Good job!
You know, when I accidentally saved my ride, I said exactly as you said yesterday when the tent was wet. No, 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 no. Reality wasn't good enough for me. Oh.
This is a good spot for a lunch break.
It is. This way, Edin. Woo! Noodle soup. Noodle soup. Nobody will understand. It's not every ride that you have a support like this.
Yeah.
He supplies me with melons and now he carried my backpack for 40k. Oh! Ka. Passa dig ka. Halfway done, almost, and that's the end of support for my brother. He took off to Åre. There's more mosquitoes here than I ever seen in my life, and I want to go. Keep going. Krokom, 160k down, and my ass hurts a lot. I'm so hungry. I'm gonna eat rice. Mika brought me rice. Just plain rice. I have less than 30k left, and I feel like I just want to lay down here and sleep. I'm so tired. Okay, keep going. I did it! I made it to Åre. 237k. That's Åreskutan. I'm doing a barefoot hike up Åreskutan. I think it's gonna be around 1,000 meters elevation climb. Boom! Quite a scenery. Among the heaviest. But look at this. So heavy. It's so quiet here. I've been sitting here for like half an hour. See the clouds? It's like I can reach out and touch the clouds. I'm gonna go down and feel how it is in that little lake by the snow there. How did I run barefoot up this? That's insane. I'm so glad I have my 5 fingers in the back. Because downhill, so much higher impact. Uphill, I just smoothly dance over the landscape. Speaking about landscape, this is insanely beautiful. And when you hear the silence, whenever I listen this closely to silence, I hold my breath. And I feel like nature, it's holding its breath with me when the wind subsides. My feet are a little bit sore and awfully dirty, but they are strong, really strong, by running and walking barefoot for, God, is it a couple of years now? This is heavy stuff for barefoot. And I just run all the way up there. See, this is far. This is high. People are taking the cabin down. Now is where I'm actually gonna look at everything. When I run up, I'm so in the moment of every single step needs to be perfect when you run barefoot. You need to be aware of everything. I don't really have time to look at the landscape, which I'm gonna do now. Thank you, feet, and thank you, 5 fingers, for taking me down safely. I'm amazed by these small creeks here. All the water up here on the mountains. Where does all the water come from? From the rivers, the creeks? Like, it's not like a river, big river comes from one ocean, crosses the country, and then it ends at some other ocean. That's not how it works. It comes from hundreds of small creeks adding up to a big river. And where does those creeks come from? Smaller creeks. And eventually it all comes from like this. You see this small creek here? Down by Mika's apartment, by the foot of the mountain, the creek is way bigger. And here we have many creeks adding up to that creek. And at the top of the mountain, I just came from the top of the mountain, which is like 1400 meters above sea level. There's no magical lake there with an infinite source of supply of water that adds up to all these rivers. Nor is it the snow, because it's in the middle of the summer, it's August. There's a little bit snow left, but it's not enough so that this all could be melted snow water. So somewhere up here on the mountains, all the water comes from the earth and builds up to all the big rivers you see in the country, all the creeks, all the lakes. A lake is not a source of supply of water. A lake is a lake because it has an inflow and an outflow. So there's a creek coming into the lake, and there's a creek out of the lake. Otherwise it's not a lake, it's called something else. That's pretty amazing for me, that all this water comes from the mountains, it's not like a spring water is something rare. All this water is spring water coming from the mountain, except for some of it is melted snow. You see, the creek is getting bigger, more creeks are intertwining, and yeah, of course some of it are rainwater, but it hasn't rained in days. This has to be mountain water. You hear that? Nature supplies. Just stay close to the source. The spring water is not something rare. Most of it is. It's just the closer to the source you get, the more fresh it is, I guess. That's my conclusion. That's what I concluded by meditating on the thought. Where does all the water come from? All the waters in the rivers and the creeks and the lakes. All the sweet, fresh water. You know, where I grew up, there are this really old, like 5,000-6,000 years old, famous stone carvings, which the people who live there, the Stone Age people who lived there like 5,000 years ago, they made these rock carvings, and people come from the whole planet to look at those rock carvings and to see them clearer. People nowadays have painted them in red. And yeah, I agree, it's amazing that these people left traces from 5,000 years ago. But what is even more amazing is that they didn't leave so many traces. I am more amazed by this particular rock here, which leaves, there's no sign of humans in it. It's still untouched by humanity. And so is this little creek here, except for that little beer bottle there. Yeah, so you can't really go far without finding that humans have left their traces everywhere. When I look out of the window of an airplane, all I see is nature, but there's always a trace of humanity. You can't look in any direction without seeing something like this. These wires, buildings everywhere. So what is more rare for me is to see that this beautiful stone here is untouched by humans. I am fully capable of imagining that people lived here 5,000 years ago. I don't need them to leave traces for me. I don't mind that they do, but I'm more amazed by things that are untouched by humans. Along my journeys across the globe, people always want to show me these beautiful temples and buildings, the 7 wonders of the world and everything. And I come to these temples out of politeness, and I am more amazed by a simple bush or a tree growing next to the temple than the actual temple. Look at this. How can you improve this? When I look at this, I see so much perfection. Then I look at this big wire cabin thing, and I don't know. It's beautiful still. I'm grateful for all convenience of humanity, but I'm more amazed by nature's cool inventions. Yeah, the iPhone is awesome, but so's the water. You can't improve water. You can't improve a banana. You can try to modify it, but a banana is a banana. You can't build it in a lab. We are brilliant humans, but nature is so much more brilliant, and that's why it amazes me so much more than anything that humans ever made. Food for thought. I'm gonna keep hiking down. Now it's mainly grass, so I don't need the shoes anymore. Follow me. Oh, we had a big crash on the mountain bike there. Dangerous. But it's not like he's not aware of that, you know? So many times I bumped my toes walking barefoot, and there's always some smartass who's there to say, I guess it's not risk-free to walk barefoot and not as smart as you thought. Like, I'm not doing this because it's risk-free. I'm walking barefoot because I love it. I really love it. It's like, I know, I'm fully aware that cycling is not risk-free. I'm fully aware that pretty much everything comes with a risk. Is that a reason not to do it? Look at this little, I just need to take a sip of water here. Best water on the planet. I don't know that for sure. I don't really know which one is the best way down. There's a lot of ways here, but I stick to the one that looks most beautiful. I don't even know if you can walk this cave likening thing, but you know what they say? All roads eventually leads to enlightenment. Some are longer though. Do they say that? I say that. Enlightenment is inevitable. But your ego will never be enlightened. But you will. Maybe not in this lifetime. This is by any means not the easiest and fastest way. But it's good logic. If you want to go down a mountain, follow the creek. It will naturally take you down the mountain. It's taken a couple of hours. It took me 1 hour and 8 minutes to run all the way up barefoot. I've been on my way down for 2.5. Which doesn't matter, because that's the whole point of it, to stop and admire the beauty as often as I can. And jump from stone to stone here. Cool! Bäckhoppan, necken i bäcken. About to start my last part of this bike touring back to Norway. See, the weather is not the best, but hopefully I will make it to Trondheim dry. A lot of uphill. I've been doing 182 watts for the first 60k. I'm pretty much at the border between Sweden and Norway. It's pretty cool here. Like, you cannot really see if that's the top of that mountain or if it's just cloudy. Small houses everywhere with grass on the roofs. And then of course there's me, all alone with my bicycle. I think I met like 10 cars in the first 2 hours. Norway! This is quite something. And all I can hear is the sound of the river down here. Surrounded by mountains. On the other side is the railway. So I've done 102k, average power 176, average speed 30.4, and it's time to consume the first calories of the day. This orange juice I have been cycling around with. I know that's some heavy mileage to do before breakfast, but to teach my body to be able to fast, like, and to have energy in all situations is one of the best things I ever done. What did Siddhartha say when he came to a new village, when asked what can you do? Of what good are you? And he answered, I can think, I can wait, and I can fast. And what good is that? Turned out the best. I'm in Norway again. 130k down. It's been raining a lot the last 30k. I found the place called Kimmen Kulturhus. They spelled my place wrong. I don't feel like continuing for a while in this weather. I bought a watermelon, I will eat that one and find a roof or something where it's not raining. This is something, ain't? Steep hill. Gotta get rid of the camera. Oh. This is my hero who drove all the way to Trondheim from Åre with my bag to skate, but it started to rain. We're not sure if there will be any skateboarding.
I'm not sure.
Look, skiftermaskinen! Oh, and I'm gonna catch that train. Not gonna get hit by it this time. Yes! 165k ride, and then I'm gonna sit on a train for 6-7 hours. I just had to take a swim before that, but this is a harbor, so what are you gonna do? Water is water. Back in Norway, Grönland, the fruit heaven in Oslo. €0.5 a kilo. I mean, despite the fact that Oslo being a big city, it's pretty nice actually. I got my hills, my bicycle. I can thrive. Thank you for watching. GoPro, stop recording. GoPro, for fuck's sake, stop recording. GoPro, stop recording.